Welcome to a new video of F3 scoring. Today I will show you the usage of the online judges or live judges functionality. So you can use a tablet for each of the judges and they can enter the points directly. We will use our test competition at the beginning so we can enter the needed values so that we can start it. So I have opened my dashboard for the test competition. And one of the important things is on the right side. So you will see here the judges, and all of the judges have a code. The code will be the needed password for logging on for the judge, and it will be different for each class. So if a judge will score two classes or three classes, he has a different code for each class. After the slash, you see the word default. Default means that the judge will use the default layout definition for his tablet or for his phone. You can change this by using the function set device layouts for judges. If you go there, you can see here you have the three judges for F3C, and then it's possible to switch between default and template. Template is adapted style sheet for that. So here you have a different view, for example. The layouts can be managed here, but that's only a functionality for our master administration, but it's really easy changeable, so you can adapt it your own way if you want, and send us the definition, and we will add it to the selectable layout, so that you have the possibility that you can for example, you have a really large tablet or a small tablet, it's possible that we can change that. So then you set save the device layouts. If we have another one, you will see for use for Dennis, for example, here the template and not the default one, then you will see here that the template is already assigned. A major point for the usage of the live scoring is always that you have to create the rounds before the judges will start, and it must be a round where it's possible to save scores. So if you have, for example, when we go to the score entry list and there are all competitors are already assigned with points, it's not possible to re-enter points with the live judges. So it's only possible for the time until the points are calculated and taken over to the results list. This step is currently not automatic. You have to do this manually, but I will show you how to. So, for example, now we start. I use again Dennis Namesnik as a judge for the functionality. So I use the code 1278. The judge has only to go to the start live scoring for judges. I will open that in a different window. And here I have to enter my judges code. So this was 1278. I will enter that. So then I say start judging, and now I see what are the possible rounds to enter scores. So here we will see the round 1 is missing, but all the other rounds are here available to enter points. On the left lower side, it's possible to switch between the layout of tablet or phone. So what's the difference between? The difference between is with the tablet, you use the direct point entry system. So I will show you a sample for that. See here, tablet. So then I go to P2. I use first competitor for that. And here you will see what's the direct point entry system. So I will use just a little bit my dev options so I can define what I want to see for a screen. For example, that's the wrong one. Okay. So I will use this like that. So, but it's scaling to the size of the screen. Direct entry point system means I have the first available maneuver I have to score, and I say I have 4 points and 4.5. Or I want to lower the points because we made a mistake at landing, for example, and we started with a 6, so we can go down. And that's always possible to increase or decrease the points. So you're just a little bit faster if you use the phone system. If you have the phone layout, you have only the plus and minus points, but you can select if you want to start with the maximum points and decrease the value of points you will charge to the maneuver. Or the other way is you start at 0 points and you increase the number of points. So that's a global setting. That's the same for all the judges. But the judge always can switch between a tablet and a phone layout. So it's always possible that if you have one judge more than expected, then he can use his phone with an additional battery, for example, and can also judge with his device. Okay, so now I have entered the point. That's it. Then I go to save and next. Then I see here it's the diamond, always the basic information about competition, round, who am I, for example, and also which competitor I will currently judge. So I will say that was an 8, a really good figure, but at the landing, he made just a little bit a mistake, so I will say 7.5 will be correct. So I get save and next. So this is what I can do for all the maneuvers. So just a moment, then we will hit here at, so now we have an auto rotation, for example, it was an 8, so save and next. After I have entered all the maneuvers, I will see here a summary of the points. It's just a little bit from the layout that it's spread it in the white because we will see it normally on the screen of the tablet, and then it's fitting to the screen. So now I can make something like a verification of my points, and I see, oh, I have given for the inverted umbrella only 3 points. So I have only to click the description of the inverted umbrella and say, okay, that was not a 3-pointer, that was a 6-pointer. So then I have to save and next, and then I go directly to the summary, so the points are corrected. And now I go to the next competitor. That's always been an automatic order dependent on the start order. And now I'm going to the next competitor. So if I have the need to switch to the next competitor, I go back to the judge menu round. And then I can switch here, for example, to competitor number 3, and then I can judge competitor number 3. So what we will do now is we will judge all the 3 um, judges for the first competitor. And now I will switch, for example, the layout so that you can see what's the difference if we use this with the first layout. So you see no buttons for the numbers themselves, and you have only the increase or decrease button. You have normally button like skip and save, and the no show or the not observed button that's always available in the tablet menu, so that you have always the possibility to say no, it's not correct as you haven't seen it. And the difference between 0 and not observed is really easy. Not observed makes a calculation based on the points of the other judges. There will be made a sum, and they will calculate the median value of the judges, and that will be rounded up to half or full points in F3C or full points in F3N, and that will be the points for this judge. But it's always be marked that he has had a not observed. So it will be always available to see it in the result set that there was a not observed. So what we can see now, we have used the competitor 1 for P2, and now we go back to the normally dashboard. And we use it here. For example, we go to the P2, we go to the entry list, and we see for the first competitor there are no points used. So now I go to enter and edit scores, and what we now will see is that we have already the scores here for Dennis Namestnik. What I have to do now is I have to enter the scores for him. Here we have, for this competitor, I have to enter the scores for the first and for the third judge. And that's an important part. So I have already entered the scores for the all 3 judges for the first competitor. And after a refresh or a reload of the dashboard, you have here on this side ready live scores as a new point. Ready live scores means you have one competitor where all scores are entered. That also includes 0 points or not observed points. If there was a competitor that did not start, you have to do this manually, or a competitor that will be disqualified. You have to do this through the score entry list. So what we now can see is we go here and we see nothing. That was the wrong round. I'm sorry. So round 2. Okay, and here we have the score entry list. And what we will see is there are currently no points entered. We can show because the points are in the buffer, but it's not calculated and not saved or send the scores. So here we will see all the entered scores already. If we press now save scores, that's the manual way for you. That's possible, and then you have already entered the scores for that competitor, and he will be removed for the possible list of score entry for the judge. But to make the step a little bit faster, you can click on the the menu here, then you're coming or to the on the link here, then you are going directly to the score entry sheet. You can verify the scores if this is all possible what they did. For example, we have 473. That's not a good try for the judges. They should be more like 997. That's just a little bit better, but it's not always the best. But depends on the position where the judge will be seated on the airfield. So what you do then is we save the scores in send or save the scores only. If we have the need to disqualify a pilot, we use the DQ option or DNS for did not start, but then there normally are no points are inserted. And if you use F3N and there was a music or a freestyle round, then and the time was not in the given corridor, so then you can give the penalty. But it's also possible to do that afterwards. So now I will save the scores. He tells me scores are saved, and now the short way is go back to the dashboard. Now you see the option for the live score is removed because the points are there. Now we can go here to the score entry list, and we will see we have one competitor that already has the points, the normalized value, and yeah, that's it. So now we go back to our live scoring menu. If I make a refresh, then I will see here only 2 competitors are on the recent list. So it's only possible to judge the second and the third. That's always as long possible as long there are not the values calculated. If you press the save button in the score entry mask, then he has a calculated result, and then at that point it's not possible anymore to save the result or to enter the result through the tablet or to the mobile phone. Normally that's it. So what you have to do is you have to give the number to the judges. The judge themselves have to go to the site VS Rescoring. They have to use the Start Live Scoring for Judges link. So it's the same here. I will use this in that window again. So then I go back here to my test competition video dashboard, and then I can use, for example, the 1279 judge code, and then it's possible to enter the scores. So what are the possible settings for live judging? Currently, it's possible to define only a few settings. You can define score down. That means that the mobile phone device system starts at the maximum points of 10 for F3C and 20 for F3N. And then it's possible to decrease the points or increase the points again, but not over the maximum by plus and minus buttons. The settings for judges live scoring direct SQL update is an option that's no longer available because we only use the direct SQL update. What's possible, judges live scoring display competitor name. It's possible to hide the competitor names if you want, but normally it's not needed because every judge knows the competitor. That's only an option if you think it's necessary to hide that, but normally it makes no sense. Okay, that's it. So all you have to do is go to the dashboard of your competition after creating all the round data or the round data for the first round, for example, and assigning the judges. They get the code, give the code to the judge. Then it's possible to sign in. So then I will see who is the judge. Is he using a tablet for the layout or not? Then which rounds he can already judge. It's also possible to jump over one round, and then he can enter here the scores. What's always possible, but I forgot, if you're in round 2 and you have to and you want, for example, to verify the scores again, you can press the button right of the name button, and then you will see um, the maneuvers, and you can jump to the maneuver and say it's only a 5, for example. You're safe, you go back to the summary. That's also possible to do that. You can go to the UX, can say 7, save and next, go back to the summary, and you see you have the UX with the 7. So it's really easy to use. It's just a little bit optimized for a tablet. You can use different layouts. For example, if you want more or different colors, for example, that's also possible. Please contact us so we can tell you how to customize that. Normally, I will show you just at the end of this video. For example, you can edit a template, and that's normally a template like an style sheet, an HTML style sheet. So you have always the objects. You can use also a laptop to enter the points with a mouse or with a touch screen. So you're really flexible, whatever you want to use. So that's it. End of of a small video about live judging, and hope you will enjoy using a solution for your next competition.